cannabis legalization. In early September, former President Donald Trump officially announced his support for potheads. On his Truth Social platform, he wrote, quote, "I believe it is time to end needless arrests and incarcerations of adults for small amounts of marijuana for personal use. We must also implement smart regulations while providing access for adults to safe, tested product." Trump, who was a Florida resident, went on to say that he would vote yes on Amendment 3, which if passed this November would legalize recreational cannabis in the Sunshine State. That could be a linchpin for other southern red states that have yet to legalize marijuana. And if Trump becomes president again, he wrote that he would also support the federal government's ongoing review to potentially reclassify cannabis as a less dangerous drug, work with Congress to pass cannabis banking reform bills, and support states that wanted to legalize pot sales within their own borders. For most voters, the leader of the Republican Party coming out in support of cannabis legalization was surprising. The political movement to legalize marijuana has long been associated with liberals and Democrats. But over the last few years, more and more Republican lawmakers, big money donors, and conservative thinkers have co-opted the issue. Thanks to a $30 billion state-licensed cannabis economy spanning 38 states, 15 of which are Republican states, marijuana legalization is becoming a proxy for classic conservative issues: pro-business, states' rights, and freedom from big government. Even Richard Nixon, the Republican president who started America's war on drugs in 1971 and classified marijuana as one of the world's most addictive substances, said that cannabis, quote, "is not particularly dangerous." He said this on audio tapes from 1973, revealed in a recent report in the New York Times. Jeremiah Mosteller,
he lied about the shit because he just said something to do.
And the policy director at Americans for Prosperity,
go get that money. What up, Adrian?
Political advocacy group, has been lobbying Republican lawmakers on cannabis reform since 2018.
Hope everybody has a happy Thanksgiving. Y'all know I'm gonna be high.
On drugs, the GOP has finally realized
y'all know that video link I dropped was from my last Thanksgiving video I did, so go check that one out.
Get on the bandwagon in hopes of
9 hours. Plenty of video for you to review.
Laws, such as low taxes and fuel regulations.
If y'all want to be funny, timestamp when I fell asleep.
Mosteller says, quote, "We are seeing Republicans and conservatives increasingly warm up to cannabis policy.
Motherfuckers fell asleep smoking a blunt. You ever did that?
Those of us who have been watching the issue for a long time know.
Nah, y'all ain't did that. That's me.
Public for this issue, but it's not an issue that makes a difference in the ballot box. If there is one man in Congress who can read the temperature on marijuana opposition and support, it is Representative Earl Blumenauer, a Democrat from Oregon, and the founder and...
I was gonna say, this dude look like a classic hater. Shouts out to my dude Symphony. We pull a sin move and roast his ass for his outfit. He looked like he just came from fucking kidnapping somebody's kid. He the guy that's driving that mystery van that's been in your park all week. Boy, look at him, suspect. Yeah, we know suspect when we see one, and then he's a Democrat who probably don't like weed. Yeah, why is he a hater? Just look at his bow tie. I mean, he could have wore anything, but he put on that bow tie. I mean, it don't even look good for a bow tie. You know, you usually get respect for pulling out the bow tie, but he pulled out a whack one, so he don't even get no credit for that. What is my screen doing? Why is you getting up off of there? Go back big time, big men things.
Co-chair of the bipartisan Congressional Cannabis Caucus. He says, quote, "We've been watching. There's been a slow, steady enhancement of Republican support. What we are seeing now is the last stages of entrenched Republican opposition." Among those who have had a recent conversion is Representative David Joyce, a Republican from Ohio, which legalized recreational use in 2023. Last December, Joyce introduced
Ohio.
the state's
I know G-Mama Grows is out there. We're going to have to go collaborate with her one day.
Federal law. If passed, Joyce's bill would deschedule state legal marijuana, but pot produced and sold outside of state licensed programs would remain illegal. This nuanced technicality sets the stage for a states' rights approach to legalization, in a similar fashion that sports betting was legalized across America. Joyce, who says he started supporting legal cannabis in 2013, says Republican support is there for cannabis when legalization is framed as a states' rights issue. So much so that he believes that in Congress, quote, "there are enough votes for cannabis reform." He adds, quote, "Republicans are becoming enlightened. Someone can hate the issue, but if they're strong